Superstar BTS. I got a few tips and tricks for you to really help you get better at the game. You know, get out of that easy mode, normal mode, go all the way to hard mode, get 3 stars on BTS Cypher Part 3, and just kill him and get that rank 1, the world record. Now, I know you're tired of losing in like the first 10 seconds of Superstar BTS, but I've got a few strategies, a few like general guidelines for you to keep while you're playing this game, and hopefully this will be some kind of help to you, man. So, before you even start playing, make sure your hands are warmed up, give them some nice, good cracking. Oh. Need some push-ups, anything to just get that blood flowing, man. You gotta have warm fingers, you gotta have the flexibility to be able to move as fast as you can while typing those beats. You can't do it with cold hands, man. The reaction's gonna be too slow, you're gonna fail, so that's just the best way to go, man. But make sure, even though your hands are warmed up, that they're not sweaty, because I think the #1 tip that I have for you for this kind of game is that your fingers or thumbs need to be smooth, man. They need to glide over the screen easily, man. Especially because of the slider parts. If your hands are sweaty, it's gonna take too long to slide, man. You're gonna have a bad time with that, man. So with that, I suggest having, I don't know, some kind of powder or something to put in your hands. That way your fingers will stay smooth and dry. I don't know, baby powder or a piece of chalk. I've never actually done this, but I mean, honestly, it's not that bad of an idea, actually. Another tip would be not to hit the notes hard. You gotta have a light touch to it, man, because that way it'll be easier to maneuver around for each note. Because if you hit hard, first of all, there's gonna be more friction, and then second of all, if you hit harder, that means you're also gonna be for the slider, you're gonna slide harder, and then it's just more friction. Friction is the enemy. I guess reaction time also, but mainly friction. I think the best way to play this is to play in a very lazy kind of style. That means you're playing in a more relaxed state. You're not really panicking over all the notes and everything like that. If you're not panicking, then you're gonna be able to read the notes more clearly. Also with that, you're not gonna be pressing as hard because you're gonna be a lot more relaxed while playing it, which is kind of weird to play when it's there's so many hype songs on this app. So a way of keeping track of the notes, because there's a lot of notes, they come down pretty fast, and I get it's really hard to really figure out which note to hit next. But the thing about that, this might be a little strange to hear, but you need to look ahead of what you're hitting. Basically, you can see the note up here and down here, and I mean, obviously you want to hit it whenever it hits the bar, right? And for that tip, you just have to pretty exact when it comes to the beat, and if it's not, then you need to recalibrate that in the app. That way it's up to the beat. That's a pretty important thing, man. I think I did mine 2 or 3 times just to make sure that it all was correct. If there's a note that's a slider here, and your fingers already here, after you hit the note that's over here, you need to prepare yourself by just moving your thumb a little bit to this side. You got it, poop, and then you see the next note. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's a little strange. I guess it's just a matter of practice and just getting to know the beat down of it. I think grip is really important for this too. I play only with my thumbs for this game, but I do know some people who play they'll put it down on the table and then they'll play with their index fingers. The issue with that is that your phone will slide around a bunch of times if you have a regular kind of plastic case like this. So if you do want to play with your index fingers or any other fingers other than just your thumb, then I would get a rubber case. That way it won't slide around as you're playing it. But I do recommend just playing with the thumb, because I heard that all the songs that are approved and all the beat maps and everything, they have to be able to be played by just using the thumbs to ensure that it's playable and winnable. Another tip, play on a smaller screen, just because there's less surface area to play in. I mean, I do get that there's less area to see the notes, so it's harder to really predict and prepare for those things. But if you're playing on an iPad or some kind of tablet, it's gonna be hella hard to do that just because of how much space there is. Compared to this, you just have to be like this, man. It's not that hard. Small space, nice and simple, nice and small. Even though this is still a pretty big phone, the smaller the better, I feel, for playing this kind of game. Look at all this area that you have to move across, man. It's too much. If you have 2 notes on this side, then you gotta move your thumb all the way over here, and let's say you got 2 more notes on the other side, you gotta go like this. Like it's impossible. It's impossible unless you just play with your index fingers for this. In that case, I think that's like probably the only way to play on an iPad or a tablet is with your index fingers, just because with the thumb, like that's too much, man. That's way too hard. I can't even do that. Another thing would really be to not panic while you're playing this game. Like, you really need to be in a relaxed, calmed state of mind when you're playing this. That way, you have a more clear thought process for when the notes are coming and how you're gonna hit them, and that way you can follow along to the beat more. And it's just also your hands won't be as sweaty because you're not panicking like that. That's the crucial part of this whole entire process, man. Your hands need to be smooth, need to be dry. And that's the way to win this game, man. So I guess that's about it for like, in terms of like, I guess, raw mechanics of the game. Just to give a little summary of all the tips that I've given. We've got, make sure your hands are nice and warmed up and ready and flexible. Second of all, make sure they're smooth, nice. Maybe have a stick of chalk with you next to you just in case, just to make sure your hands have as little friction as possible. Make sure not to panic while playing. Prepare for all the moves. Make sure you're in a more relaxed state of mind. I mean, that way you just play better in general. Press softer, that way there'll be less friction between hitting the buttons and sliding and everything like that. Look ahead. After you hit a note, look where the next note's gonna be, and you move your finger or thumb to that position so that you're ready to hit it whenever it comes down onto it. And the smaller the screen, the better, I feel. And hopefully this does help you level up your ability, your skills, and you can do it, man. You can do it. I can believe in you. You can beat this game. You can beat all these songs on hard mode. I guarantee it. Just with a little more time and work and effort and determination, you got it, man. Easy. Maybe not easy, but eventually you'll get it. God bless. Oh yeah, one more thing about playing with headphones or earbuds. I really don't think that those things are necessary to play well at this. I think it's actually better to play without earbuds or headphones, just because the thing about that is that the wire it just gets in the way right here. Like the grip is all wrong when I play. But I mean, maybe that's just because I was just used to with this kind of grip, and so having that like stick out like that, it just led to a bad time for me. And I know that could be solved with Bluetooth earbuds or Bluetooth headphones, but the problem with that is that since it is Bluetooth, there is going to be delay, because typically earbuds and headphones, they compromise with the delay for like videos, but in terms of rhythm games, it doesn't compromise with that. And so there will be like at least a very small delay, and it's not worth it, man. You just gotta play it out of the phone speaker, man, or the tablet speaker, whatever. That's the way to go. That's the best way for me, I feel.